So there's multiple avenues to really get the action from Chili Bowl this year.
Oh yeah. So there's all kinds of ways to follow along. Of course, we'll be updating throughout the whole week on our social media feeds, on the homepage of our website with results. We try to make it as close to real time as possible, but obviously, double checking and then along with announcing, that's what I'm doing. So
right. Well, we will keep everybody updated through our page, Moxie Media Promotions, as well as the best we can. We'll be following you guys and posting those updates for Chili Bowl to kind of keep the folks out here in the West updated on Bryson and the rest of the gang up there. Excuse me. And hopefully we can see that young man make the show. I know it's a tough task. It's like winning the lottery, but anything's possible, right?
That's right. Brian, are you? This is Warren again.
Anything's possible. And
What? Sorry.
I heard it was Warren. I was just getting ready.
Hey, Brian catches on quick.
You've been warned. You going to make it up here to the Northwest at all? The reason I'm asking is I would like to meet you face to face and pick your brain a little bit. And Corey here is a pretty darn good announcer himself, If
the courts lift the restraining order.
If PSA lets you through.
We will be up there. No, we will be up there for Dirt Cup next year with the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series. And, of course, we'll be down at Grays Harbor for the Fred Brownfield Classic. Steve Beitler is a wonderful host and puts on some great shows, and we're glad that he has chosen to have us up there. So, yeah, we'll definitely be back up there at the end of June, beginning of July. And, of course, If you want to see that full schedule for the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series, you can find it at ASCSRacing.com.
Absolutely. And maybe we can get together and connect while you're here and, bounce ideas off each other and just hang out and have a beer. What do you say?
I am full of bad ideas and sarcasm, so I'm sure we can do something.
You will fit right in. You will fit right in,
like I said, I never said I had good ideas. I just got ideas.
We got that.
I love it. Awesome. Well, Brian, I want to say thanks for taking your time out of your very busy schedule this time of year to join us here on Northwest Dirt News, and your time is appreciated, and we look forward to maybe having you on the show later on in the year, and want to wish you a Happy New Year, bud.
All right. Happy New Year, guys. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Take care. You see,
that was way cool.
I mean, he's about as down to earth as they come. I mean,
yeah.
He really.
He's about as redneck as they come.
Yeah, but you know what? What a good dude.
Southern New Mexico.
Yeah.
But what a good dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he sounds awesome. I can't wait to meet him.
We got to talking on the phone last night, and like tonight, it kind of, there are a lot of laughs and a lot of jokes and humor, and it was.
Well, they kind of come out of nowhere. It's like, what?
Right. He does catch you off guard, but a good dude indeed, and we're looking forward to maybe connecting with him while he's out here in the West Coast swing.
Definitely.
So it's been a good half hour right there talking with a
little over.
Yeah. So Devin Patterson texts us right here on the Swears Trucking chat line talking about the Chili Bowl, and he says, "Hey man," he says, "wear earplugs and earmuffs. It's loud." He was there last year for the shootout, and the shootout's just the micro sprints. That's not even the midgets.
Wow.
But you get those big engines in there, and like you said, it's all enclosed.
Oh,
it's probably pretty good advice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no kidding. So we are going to take a quick commercial break here on Northwest Dirt News. We will be right back in about 4.5 minutes. Crocker's Cars is located on Santiam Highway across the street from Walmart in Lebanon, Oregon. We've been providing the finest pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs since 1983. Crocker's Cars has been in business for 31 years, offering quality used vehicles that meet your needs. With our experience and professionalism and no-hassle buying, customers really do come first here at Crocker's Cars. Crocker's Cars, where quality is the difference. Look us up on the web at crockerscars.com for a full line of inventory, or give us a call at 541-258-2175. 541-258-2175.
Hey, Corey, you want to tell me what we're doing around all these cows?
We're at Stumbling J Livestock, Joel. Did you know that Stumbling J Livestock has been a family-owned business since 2005 and supplies all cattle needs from 300-pound feeders to 1,300-pound animals ready for butcher?
No, I didn't know that.
Did you know Stumbling J Livestock buys any type of livestock year-round and pays competitive prices?
No. I didn't know that either, Corey.
And I bet you didn't know Stemley J Livestock buys and sells sheep and goats for pasture and meat.
No, I had no idea.
Joel, you don't know a whole bunch about cattle and livestock, do you?
Well, honestly, Corey, not really.
Well, Stemley J Livestock provides all types of meat from silage-fed, grain-fed, even grass-fed.
Yeah, really?
Stemley J sells butcher-ready hogs when available too, Joel.
I sure love me some bacon. My local butcher, they've got the best bacon.
Those local butchers work directly with Stemley J Livestock, and Stemley J can butcher at a USDA plant to sell fresh meat straight off the farm.
Hey, Corey, how do you know so much about Stumbling Jay and their livestock?
Well, Joel, I read the script.
Man, let's eat. I'm hungry. Oh, man. I just found a cow pie with my new boots.
Yeah, I thought I smelled something. Don't worry, it'll wash off. Stemley J Livestock Incorporated is located in Shed, Oregon. You can contact them at 541-409-5650. 541-409-5650. Does your job, the weather, or your health have you feeling down? Jetstream Aqua Massage is your answer to feeling better. Our hands-free massage will leave you feeling rejuvenated, relaxed, and restored. Our machines will relieve muscle tension and soreness, reduce pain, improve sleep and circulation, decrease muscle spasms, and increase your range of motion. If you suffer from diabetes, you'll be amazed at what our machines will do for your circulation and how it treats neuropathy. Stress, anxiety, depression, and everyday aches and pains are no match for Jetstream Aqua Massage. Our beds will do more for you in 20 minutes than a traditional 1-hour massage. And at only $1 per minute, we'll save you time and money. Find us on Facebook, Jetstream Aqua Massage. It's not just a massage, it's an experience.
Do you wake up in the morning in a slump? Looking for a new career or change of pace? Well, let Northwest Trucking Academy be your source. Dave Stahl and his team of highly experienced instructors will give you the skills you need. Whether you have no idea what the brake pedal is or you just need a refresher course, Northwest Trucking Academy will give you a customized training program to meet your needs. In as little as 4 weeks, you can be on your way across the country with your new career. Located on Highway 99 in Tangent, Oregon, Northwest Trucking Academy will get you ready for a new, fast-paced, and highly rewarding career. Give them a call at 541-248-3461 or look them up online at nwtruckingacademy.com. Classes start the first Monday of every month, and don't forget to use promo code MOXIE. That's MOXIE, and receive $100 off your tuition.
Now back to Northwest Dirt News from the Jetstream Aqua Massage Studio, live on Spreaker Radio.
All right. Did you guys get done what you needed to get done?
No.
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 I'm still working on it.
I'm still, yeah.
4 minutes and 30 seconds.
That
goes by so quick in
does.
live broadcast. You never really realize how fast it goes by.
Right, when you're scrambling. And
Dude, I'm so jacked up about Chili Bowl now.
I know. I wish we were going, but unfortunately it didn't work out this year.
Yeah. Happens, unfortunately.
We will be there next year in some capacity. Even if it's just sitting in the stands, drinking a beer, watching the cars. But
hey, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, hey, that right there would do it for me. I mean, that's a...
You know, I want to go down next year and watch Bryson go again.
Well, hopefully he'll be there again. And, man, what a... talking with Brian is kind of... It just makes you want to be there even more, you know? I mean, sharing some of his experiences.
It's like all of our chats we've had about Bakersfield, and here I am, the only dude in the room that hasn't been to Baco.
Well,
really?
That'll change next year.
Yeah, next year you'll be with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's a funny character, man. He threw me a couple of curveballs there. I'm like, what?
I think he had all of us looking around like, what? Did
he was taking you to school. I mean,
that was fun.
Dirt, clay. I mean,
yeah.
Like,
but how many people say, oh, hey, these are, we race on clay? Nobody says that.
Yeah.
We race on dirt. I mean, it's.
And I mean, we are dirt.
And hats off to him for hats off to all of his help and coworkers and the whole crew back there. They put on a heck of a show.
It sounds like it really, that group of people putting that whole thing on really isn't that large considering what that show is.
Right.
So
That's
everybody's
a huge
doing
show.
3 or 4 different things. And, what I thought was really cool was kind of, the whole background on the clay.
Yeah,
racetrack.
yeah.
That's, it's been used since '86. How cool is that?
Yeah.
It has a lot of history. And this is something I bet a lot of people don't know this about me, but I have probably one of the weirdest collections you'll ever find. I truly do. I have.
Oh God, is she be talking about this on the air?
Well, no, it's cool because I don't know anybody else. I don't know anybody else that has this. But I actually, when I go to a new track, I take a ball of clay, and I roll it up perfectly round. I slap it on a flat table, and I write the name of the track and the date I got that. I have clay balls. I knew where he was going. From all
You
over
said
the,
it.
from all over the country.
That's cool. That is cool.
I've got I've got and that whole thing started 4th of July weekend, 1992, at Skagit.
Wow.
I just kind of took. I said, well, this is cool, and now I've got one from every dirt track that I've ever.
So do you frame them and put them in a?
No, they're in a case.
Yeah.
But I've got them from Willamette.
Do you have
all the
to
way
dust them?
No. But from Willamette all the way to Charlotte.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's kind of a neat deal. I don't know anybody else has a collection like that, so
I don't either. I've never. Joel, have you ever heard anybody doing anything like that?
I've never heard anybody collecting clay balls.
I do. I do.
He said he has clay balls.
I will have, when we go there next year, I will have some of that off the Chili Bowl track. You watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I bet you'll have a set of bracelets from Tulsa County Sheriff's Office, too.
Nope, not true.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll start a new collection.
Oh, my.
Yeah. That got out of hand.
That did.
So, anything you guys want to
thanks
talk
again.
about?
No, I want to thank Brian again for coming on the show and giving us his time. That was awesome.
And he's a busy guy. I mean,
that's
you
the thing.
think about how many hats he's talking, how many hats he wears. He's the publicist. He's the announcer. He's also the head guru history buff.
Right.
And then he's taking time for 3 dudes in a studio behind a massage parlor in Albany, Oregon.
Right.
To come bring it to you guys live on Northwest Dirt News.
And what's cool is you saw the text messages going, during the show between him and I said, hey, get ready to call in at 30 on the hour, 30 minutes past the hour. He says, you call me, I'll probably forget. I mean, that's how busy he is right now. It's probably the biggest week of his racing season year round. I mean, it's the Chili Bowl. That's just an insane event.
It doesn't get much bigger than this.
And he travels a lot. He's all over the country doing shows and races, and so for him to, like I said, take time out of his schedule,
busy schedule, yes,
to talk with us. I mean, I think we're pretty fortunate in that aspect.
Absolutely,
we do appreciate.
So thank you, Brian, very much.
Absolutely. And I'd talked with Brian. He said he'd heard the show a few times. He'd caught it. This was a couple months ago when we started talking, chit-chatting back and forth about Chili Bowl and possibly going there. And he said, "Oh yeah, I've heard you guys' show." And we talked about Bryson and the fact that this is a true story. It's about a month ago, Brian and I were talking on the phone. We were actually going back and forth through Facebook. He says, "Hey, call me." So I called him, and we had to talk. And I said, "Hey, we're really excited about coming to Chili Bowl. This is when we were planning on going."
Right.
And I said, we've got one of our drivers from the West, coming out there. And he says, "Oh, Bryson James?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "You've heard about him?" He says, "Oh, we know who Bryson is." He goes, "Funny thing is," he goes, 10 minutes ago, I was on the phone with Johnny Herrera talking about Bryson. So it's just kind of weird how that all worked out. But, yeah, I mean, he was actually on the phone with Johnny talking with Bryson shortly before he talked to me on the phone. And he said that he'd seen him at, the Dirt Cup and out here in the Northwest. And he says that he is impressed with that young man. And, I rightfully so. I mean,
absolutely,
that's a rare talent. And we've got so much talent here in the Northwest with so many young drivers coming up.
In all racing, the drivers are getting really young. And look at in the trucks, NASCAR trucks.
18-year-old kids.
Absolutely,
there,
it's insane. You look at it,
crazy.
Oh.
And you know where they get their experience? Simulators.
Yeah.
A lot of them on simulators, and that's
right.
and they refer to that a lot lately. You'll see on their interviews after a race or whatever. I spent a lot of time on the simulator. Really?
I remember watching an interview with Dale Jr., and he said that he was, they were playing video games. This is when the video games really started getting realistic, the video itself. And he said that he would go to different tracks where he struggled and play those games over and over and over because he was training his mind, hit the marks, and he said that's how he got better at tracks that he actually struggled at was playing, the NASCAR